just right, so we're going to chat about some controls for mount. And there's a couple of different types of mount. So you've got your basic sort of like standard mount. Okay. There's a low mount, which is low, if you remember, it's a hooks in. Then you got a high mount, okay, which is a very attacking mount. So the low mount is probably a little bit more stable, okay, because you're controlling the guy's hips and you're basing and stuff like that. And then you got your high mount, and there's a couple of variations of high mount. You got that technical mount. So remember you moved to that when you did the back take.
Technical mount, like modified mount.
Yeah, modified mount. So the guy moved to his side, you shift into that like technical modified mount, and then you take the back. Or you know, you can go to an S mount.
That's when you fix behind his head.
So it's sort of like the one foot clamps around the shoulder, and the other knee is up. The wheel goes all of the side. And then yeah, that's more or less it. So you got high mount, which can also be an S mount because it's also high. It's just a slight variation. You got a technical mount, which is it's not probably as high, but it's kind of almost like in the middle, but it's more of a transitional mount, although you can do submissions from it. Then you got the low mount. Okay, so we're just going to run through them and I'm going to move you around so that the camera picks everything up. So, okay, alright, so let's start maybe the low mount first. So can I get you like that? Alright, so low mount. Okay, now this is where you can actually apply quite a lot of pressure to a guy. So I get my hooks in, I start driving, almost like I'm skydiving here. Driving my weight through my hips, and I can have my hands out like this to support my weight. That's a lot of pressure going. Sorry. I'm going to slack off on it a bit there. But the idea is that I don't want to have weight in my hands or too much. So I want my opponent to carry the weight, and I'm just going to touch. And because when I do that, I can then use my hands to attack. But that key lock, straight arm lock, even the Kimura is a low mount kind of attack. Right, so some of the ways to control the position is we have, so if I'm like here and you push me out, so you push on my chest, so
well, I would push a neck or no.
but you go like that. But I mean, some guys, what they do is they'll go hands on the chest and they try and like bench press you off. So if I'm pushing me off, what I'm going to do is we do what we call a high swim. So I'm going to put weight onto the one hand, which makes this hand light. Can you see that? This arm swims in, and then it dives back to the mat. And then I put weight onto this hand, which makes this hand light. And I swim my hand back in and I dive back to the mat and I get back down. Okay, so that's the one thing that I can do to prevent that like bench pressing off you. So if you push again, I'm actually going to turn you this way, right? So here, okay, so he pushes me up, I weight the one hand, makes that light, you can see, hand swims, dives to the mat, I weight the hand on the mat, this becomes light, so try and put pressure on it.
I can't.
Can't. So pull the shoulder back, dive, boom, and I'm back down again. Right, so you have the high swim. Then I might be in this position and you start trying to grab my arms and trying to pull them in. Okay, so notice my hands are like 45 degrees. So they're not, just another second, they're not straight out here. Above your head, so that makes it very difficult for the guy to collapse it. If you grab my arm,
Grab it.
Yeah. So where you are now, I probably wouldn't even worry about moving my arm. But if you went lower towards my hand, at that point, I do what we call a low swim. So I go like this, I swim, I dive through my armpit, and back to the mat. Maybe you go the other side, boom, and like that. Just to make sure that I'm keeping a good base. But again, I should actually be driving most of my weight through my hip, and I should be skydiving in. So it's a little, just touch, touch, touch. So if you grab, so you want to know lots of pressure, boom, 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 and then I can hold it sometimes, just so that you don't pick up a timing that you might actually eventually trap my arm. Okay, so that's another way of keeping base and maintaining control. A one would be is, say you bump in a direction. So we do what we call, it's a head control. So I pick your head up. So it's a hidden base or a hidden post. So this kind of thing, so depending on the direction you're going, it would be that. And then at the same time, so if I pick your head up and I post here, so you're driving this way, then my hip, my leg, that side, so the hook that side, would then drive into your leg. So if, like, for example, we went that way, I'd switch, boom, and the other side would drive. And if we went this way, boom, switch, bang. So let's just do that. So if you bump, just pick a direction and go. So bump hard. Oh, but you're going in a direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you're trying to roll me over.
But wouldn't I trap one side?
You would, but sometimes guys don't. They just bump. So you see, grab the head, post, this leg hooking hard on the opposite side. So bang. Now come back again. So here, you go the other way. Boom. Catch your head. Post. Hook the other side. Okay. So that's one way of keeping that position. Okay. If my arm had to get caught, for example, so say you catch this arm. So you catch it, you wrap it in there, so you got it like this. What I would do is if you bump that way, so the way that you trap, I would actually cross my hand over, post, and hook the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we do it again, I'm going to move it like this. Okay. So we're here, go bump, boom, and hook, and post. Okay. Alright. Okay, so those are all your low mount controls.